Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of SWA ZERO1 Full On. I am DB Mackle sitting alongside Billy Kirkwood.
Hello everyone, welcome to this is going to be a fantastic first episode, an inaugural episode. We're here at Bristish High in Motherwell, my favourite of the high schools in Motherwell. So this is a double treat for me, Davo.
We have a packed house here in Bristish and we're looking forward to some action with the let's see the first ever qualifier here for the light heavyweight championship, the ZERO1 light heavyweight championship.
Well, we know for a fact that the almost the 0G light heavyweight, whatever division you want to call it, currently in Scotland we've got such an amazing crop of young wrestlers that are coming through. They're all vying for the championship, and you know something, it's I just can't wait to get started.
Over to Stevie the Wizard.
He's working the crowd there, working them up to a coma. There we go. It's
Mark Andrews, our first competitor. Man coming all the way from Cardiff in Wales.
Do you know something? This man clocks up a lot of miles, not only in the road but in the air. Probably one of the most natural high flyers in wrestling today. And you know, I've seen this young man progress a lot over the last 18 months that I've been commentating on wrestling, and beyond that, I've been a fan of this man's work for a long time. He's put on a little bit of build, a little bit of more muscle than we've seen him having, so he's really wanting to progress, not beyond the light heavyweight division, but certainly he wants to be a pioneer in that division, and if there's someone that can do it, it's certainly Mark.
Oh, definitely. Well, you know, as you said there, the man is 21 years old. He's been wrestling for 6 years. And he's in a situation where, yeah, put on a little bit of weight, and he's starting to look like a genuine competitor.
No, definitely. We know that the eyes of Japan are on this young man. We know that a certain X division has an interest in this young man, as well as other companies here in the UK. It's going to be interesting to see. And of course, a win here today will progress him very high in the rankings and in the general wrestling community.
His competitor here is SWA's own Andy Anderson.
Now, I know a lot of Andy's reputation, but I don't know a lot about the young man himself. What can you tell us about him, Daniel?
Well, Andy's one of the most unbelievable natural athletes. He's been with us for about 5-6 years now, and he's already held the Scottish heavyweight title.
Wow.
He's wrestled in America, he's wrestled in Canada, he's trained with Lance Storm, he's trained with FCW. He's in a situation where he's probably the most well-crafted of all the juniors probably in this tournament. But yet he's never in the forefront of people's minds, Billy.
Well, you know something, it's an amazing flexibility to be able to jump between divisions. There's not many competitors that can actually do it in wrestling in general. I mean, all around the wrestling scene, to be a heavyweight competitor then come back into the light heavyweight division, that's a real talent. Oh, but coming through the crowd, not coming through. What's going on here? Is this just to get a sneak attack? Oh, and it is. Well, I've got to say, again, that might just show the diversity of this young man. He wants to get results no matter what. Some vicious European uppercuts right into the corner against Mark. He's given up a little bit of weight as Mark against Andy.
And he's in a situation now where he's put on quite a bit of muscle. In a situation where he'll be able to outpower quite a lot of these juniors.
Well, you know something, maybe that's it. It's just to progress in this division, he's got that certain edge, and you need that against these competitors. Vicious kicks right to the corner, right to the chest and the sternum. It looks like he wants to get this over quickly. Is that a stamina issue? Because we know that Mark Andrews can easily wrestle 20, 30-minute matches at quite a frantic pace.
Shift of momentum there, no. Andy blocks it already. Mark will go behind. Takes a couple of elbows from Andy Anderson. Oh, pass by. Hurricane Rana.
Hurricane Rana was standing. Oh!
Completely rocks Andy Anderson with that.
Some amazing arm drags. Looks like this is definitely this quicker pace is favouring Mark. Oh!
Took too long there. Andy knew what was coming.
Long. Well, that's it. With someone, from what I know about Andy, you can't give him that opportunity, that window of opportunity, because he's just so aggressive in that ring, such an aggressive, progressive style, and that is what's led him to not only the heavyweight championships, but obviously it could lead him towards the light heavyweight, and that would be such a feather in his cap.
At the end of the day, if you've got somebody like Lance Storm running the rule over you, you're in a situation where you've had the best in the world looking after you. Andy knows exactly how to get the job done. Maybe the only problem he has now is the frustrations are getting to him. He's maybe resorting to these tactics. But at the end of the day, that could work in his favour.
Well, it has to be said, apart from a little flurry just early on against Mark Andrews, it's all been Andy in this match. a very, like I say, that very aggressive ground and pound style. We know Mark, if he takes to the air, is very, very dangerous. And again, it's with these quick strikes. That's really his only hope here against Andy, is using his quickness, which he certainly has the edge of in this match. But in saying that, a great display of explosive powerness there from Andy.
Andy's showing just once again that yes, he's just as athletic as anybody. He may be a little bit bigger than Mark Andrews, but he will take you there with a hell of a drop kick.
Well, what I'm impressed with is there's no wasted motion at all in Andy. Every time it seems to be Mark gets that little flurry, it's almost as if he's waiting. He's letting him get his punches in, waiting for the opportunity to bang, put him back down to the mat. This is all. I've got to say, I'm very, very impressed. Oh, textbook. Right there on the shoulders, making sure to slam him down in the lower back. That's going to take away a lot of that base advantage that Mark has. He's not going to be able to execute those power moves across if he's favouring his back. That can injure the sternum, the shoulders. Hell, he can even pop a hip if you hit a body slam in the right way.
Won't be able to do too many shooting star presses with a popped out hip, could you?
No.
Oh, up and over here.
It's that quickness again.
Roll up.
Schoolboy, this could be it.
Very close.
Oh, I don't think that impressed Andy at all.
Cut him off with a kick to the stomach there.
This is going for a suplex.
Well, again with the reversal.
He's got waist lock. He's going for a German. No. Oh, an elbow right to the point of the jaw.
Benoit-like elbow.
No.
As we said, the conditioning of Mark is certainly on display. He manages to keep rolling over onto his side away from a pinning predicament. But how long can he take this vicious beating that Andy's putting on him? Oh, another running point right at the elbow into a snap mare.
This is where Andy's going to take to the air himself here. Going to go for his rollover.
You know, you can certainly see the influence of someone like you were saying, Lance Storm. You can certainly see that influence there.
Oh. Always attacking that midsection there, Billy.
Do you know, I'm going to throw a name out here just in terms of a very deliberate sort of motion. I'm going to throw a name out, the Dynamite Kid, just for a second. He's timing his high-flying moves very, very well. He's obviously going in with a lot of high impact, a lot of power moves as well.
You can see somebody like Andy Anderson. Imagine him in 10 years' time.
Oh, God.
He would be a perfect understudy to a Dynamite Kid, wouldn't he?
Oh, definitely. Oh.
Again, focusing all his attack in that midsection, lower back area.
It is almost that sort of stampede.
Bit of smack talk there.
Yeah. We're going for here. Another one.
Oh, body slam.
You know, every time he's hitting that, it's delivering results, and it has to be said, Mark is favouring the lower back, and we mentioned it earlier, the hip. It's part body slam, part power slam, almost with an element of a driver in there. What's he going for here?
Oh, the reversal.
Trying to go for a reverse suplex, kick to the midsection.
No, he's caught the leg. Spin around.
Oh! Just jacks it. It's a selection.
Andy not allowing Mark to get his way there.
Oh!
There's the insecurity.
Insecurity. I don't think he got all of them. He was aiming for the head. I think he more hit him on the shoulder there. What's he going for? Northern Lights.
Roll through.
Roll through. I think that might have been a mistake. Should have went for a pin predicament. Oh!
A spinning moonsault. Wow.
Both the knees right to the chest. You know, that's the first time properly in this match we have seen Andy actually in trouble. Has Mark Andrews been playing possum, waiting for his moment? He's going to have to keep hitting with those high-flying, quick moves.
Reverse of Mandy with the knee to the gut again. Focusing all that work in the midsection.
Here we go, gut wrench maybe.
Oh! Gut buster by Andy Anderson.
Oh, I thought that was it. That was a very close too.
Andy Anderson has picked the body part and he has stuck to it the whole time here, Billy.
Well, you know something, that's a sign of despite the fact he's a young man, he's very much got a veteran's head on his shoulders.
To be 21 years old.
Nearly knocking him out there with almost a Yakuza kick right to the face.
Andy has that experience wrestling in America, wrestling in Canada, training under the best that he possibly is.
Well, you know, it's great to see all those different influences. And it's like you said earlier, it's merging into a complete package almost. Although this is the first time we've seen him go right to the top rope.
Much to his detriment,
oh,
Billy. Yeah.
That's Mark Andrews' domain.
And this is where it gets dangerous for Andy Anderson. If he hits something like a Frankenstein or something like that from up there, Billy.
What's he trying to go for? Is he trying to throw him off the top rope? It looks like he's trying to go for like a top rope hurricanrana. Again, it's this. I understand that he's a fan favourite, but every time Mark has actually played to the crowd, it has been to his detriment.
Just taking too long with everything. Oh, there it is.
But that could be it. That could be it.
This one's over.
No!
No way. Andy's showing more guts than I expected here today.
Well, you know, he has only been in trouble a couple of times in this match, although this is big trouble here. Will any of the earlier injuries, it looks like Mark's going back to the top rope.
Star press, is he, from the top rope?
Yeah, will any of those back injuries, he's not as quick as he normally is. I think those body slams Andy delivered earlier have taken their toll.
Gives Andy time, there it is. Forearm to the face.
Right to almost the cheek almost. This is where Mark appears to be suffering.
Okay, uppercut, lovely.
Nothing better delivered than a good European
Arm strikes to the
uppercut.
chest here. Really focusing that effort in the same area over and over and over again.
It's all these different influences you can see coming in. That Canadian influence, the American, a little bit Japan in there, I would say as well. What's this? Is this almost a perfect plex from the? No. Mark's
There's
fighting.
a headbutt there from Mark Andrews.
He looks like he's fighting to stay in this match. Andy's back in the top rope again with elbows.
It's turned into a battle here, Billy.
Mark with some of his own back.
Is it time for that shooting star press, Billy?
It looks like Mark Andrews is taking to the airwaves. Hey! Oh, this one's over.
Fantastic. The only thing I worry about, Billy, for Mark to progress in this tournament, all that damage done to his midsection.
A lot of damage done to his midsection. He was slow to get up there, and it took him a long time. We've seen him pop one of those shooting star presses out from absolutely nowhere. He still seems to be suffering a little bit, particularly from those palm strikes. A great showing by Andy Anderson. We'll see more of this young man, definitely in this division and the heavyweight division. Very impressed. But today it was the win for Mark Andrews. A very impressive display from both these young men.
There's a lot in these two men's future. Both of them sitting at 21 years old, Billy. Wow.
That's scary. To see how good they are now, to think how good they're going to be in 5 years' time. Absolutely.
What a way to kick off our tournament, Billy.
What a way to kick off a tournament. Both of these young men I would have been happy to see in the final. I would have been happy to see lift the gold. Andy, very impressed, and he had nothing about good things about this young man's reputation, and you know, he has delivered and surpassed them. The crowd are booing, but you know something, I love that killer edge that he had. We're definitely going to be seeing more. Promoters take note, wrestlers, get your notebooks out, study this match again, because this young man will get better and better. And tonight I take on the Wild Boar in the first round of the Scottish Junior Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Now Boar, I know that you put the heavyweight in junior heavyweight, but tonight Christopher Sain, the Source Wrestling School original, takes the gold.
Yeah, this is probably one of the favourites of the tournament, Billy.
Definitely.
Wild Boar.
Well, Wild Boar, we know it's... I think this might be the first time I've seen him go up against someone of the ilk of Christopher Sain, a much smaller, leaner, but all-round gifted opponent. It's going to be interesting to see what he does, what kind of game plan he has against Wild Boar.
Well, this is the perfect test for Christopher Sain. He's come on leaps and bounds over the last 2 years. And he's in a situation now where we genuinely believe that in a couple of years' time, this boy could be anywhere in the world.
Yep, definitely. There's Wild Boar. A man-mountain of mayhem. He might not be the prettiest dog in the fight, but he's definitely got the harshest bite. Look at him.
I tell you what though about Wild Boar, he puts heavyweight in junior heavyweight.
Oh, definitely.
You look at the size of the man. Yes, he may not be the tallest man, but I tell you what, he is as wide as he is tall.
Oh, definitely. And he's got a mean streak a mile wide as well. He's very much got a killer instinct. He views, I mean, obviously he's going up against these smaller opponents. He just views them as victims. He does it, and we heard some of the things he was saying backstage much earlier. We know for a fact that he doesn't view this as a challenge. Now, what do you think? Do you think that's just all talk, just trying to get into the head of Christopher Sain?
For me personally, I see a guy like Wild Boar and I think, I'll believe anything that man says.
Oh, fair enough.
And you know, I know Christopher Sain. I think Christopher's possibly one of the most talented guys in Scotland right now. But maybe it is just a year too early. I hate to put it that way, but I want to be honest here. I think Christopher Sain has all the ability in the world, has all the potential in the world. But I think this is Wild Boar's time, Billy.
All right.
I think he's maybe the second favourite to take this tournament.
Well, you know something? We talked about the wild cards in this tournament before, and this has definitely got to be one of them.
Christopher Sain.
Only 18 months ago, this young man wouldn't been able to qualify for this. But now, he very much, the Championship Commission here at ZERO1 awarded him a place in this tournament, and he's seen very, very highly. There's a lot, and a great fan support for this young man.
There really is no ceiling for this boy's potential. I mean, he is, I'm not going to lie to you, he literally has everything. He's fast, he can hit hard, he's got aggression, he's got the technical ability.
Yeah.
Maybe the only thing that's letting him down is his experience right now, and that's what we'll see here against Wild Boar. This is a test for Christopher Sain.
Well, you know something, last time I saw it, we talked earlier about these younger men coming into the business, coming into wrestling, going up against veteran opponents and learning from it. I actually saw Christopher Sain wrestle a little while ago against Paul Tracy and very much held his own, who was a much bigger opponent. So can he use those skills, those things he learned to go up against Wild Boar? He looks like he wants to get this started early.
The fans in Motherwell chanting "Boring!"
Well,
Wild Boar.
How dare you? He's got a ring on. Oh, boring! I get it. That's funny.
Well done, Billy.
All right. Well, there's that aggression very early from Wild Boar.
I don't think you'll see too much wrestling in this contest.
Well, you know something. There's that. Like you say, that low base of gravity that certainly Wild Boar has. I mean, like I say, height-wise, there's not much difference between these two young men. But like you say, Wild Boar is just a barrel of a man. It's something you don't normally see in this division, but that can very much play the advantage. He's almost got a build of I'll come out and say almost Taz, definitely.
Well, unbelievably so. If you look at the shape of Boar, you know that if he suplexes you,
oh yeah,
you're going head first into the mat.
Okay, it looks
his
like
center of gravity is tiny. There we go, rocking the board here.
But
that's what you get, Christopher.
But it is that power as well. I mean, he's a deceptively powerful young man.
It's maybe taking too long here, not quite respecting Christopher Sain.
Christopher waiting on the mat.
Go for the trip. Leapfrog.
Oh!
Drop kick to the face.
Wild Boar just coming running at him with just sheer
forearms,
force.
uppercuts here.
What are we going for? Oh, a cross body to the midsection.
Well done.
I've never seen that.
And a double axe handle, Billy.
I don't think we knew exactly what it was going to go with, but it's certainly effective. Christopher definitely not intimidated in any way.
What a cut-off there. He just literally grabbed Christopher Saint's trunks and yanked him right out of the ring.
Well, you know something? It's that mean streak of Wild Boar that we talked about. He has
clubs over the back of the neck.
There's nothing flashy. There's nothing flashy. There's no bells and whistles about his repertoire. But my God, is it effective!
As you always say, you say about the ground and pound style. This is one of those situations. Wild Boar will hit you as hard as he can, and it's up to you if you want to breathe or not.
Well, you know something, there's all the training you can do in the gym, there's all you can try and improve your arsenal, but nothing trains you for someone just beating the snot out of you.
You can spar with so many people. Now, how can you prepare for somebody of Boar size hitting you over the back, to the neck, to the head?
And you know something, that explosive arsenal, that vicious arsenal of Wild Boar is just as effective outside the ring as it is in the ring. And look at this punishing that he's almost putting down in Christopher. It's a head vice there, into a chin lock almost, just wrenching the neck as much as he can.
He's literally pulling up the chin and pushing down at the temple, really stretching the neck. Oh, there's a brutal strike to the head.
Right to the ear almost. I mean, certainly if he puts a pounding on that ear, that's going to throw off the vertical base of Christopher, and he's not going to be able to go to the top rope, because that's the last place Wild Boar wants him to go, because that's not somewhere he is particularly comfortable himself.
I tell you what, Billy, I'm watching Wild Boar here, and I'm thinking to myself, Stan Hansen and guys like that who are literally just brutally punishing people,
Well,
JBL, guys like that,
there's nothing flashy about it. But, it's effective and a vicious headbutt there, showing absolutely no ill effects himself. But I don't think Christopher wants to be on the receiving end of too many of those.
And you look at Wild Boar, he's travelled all over Europe. But his style couldn't suit Japan anymore, could it?
No.
I mean, the suplexes, the strikes, everything about him. He's frightening.
And it's almost...
Using his whole weight to his advantage. I thought that was the end there, Billy.
So did I. Do you know something? Earlier on, I made reference to how he reminded me of Taz, but you know something? Wild Boar's actually got a lot more versatility and a lot more quickness.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly that driver he did with his rear end into the midsection. I mean, that was executed with absolute precision and a lot of quickness there. It's very, very impressive showing. And Christopher so far hasn't...
he still hasn't been able to put away Christopher Saint.
Well, you know something?
He really is the plucky underdog. I mean, I thought this should be over by now.
Oh, look at this! I've never seen this. It's almost a variation of a
variation of the gator lock.
Yeah.
He's actually, what he's doing here is he's pushing down on the shoulder and pulling back on the neck. But Saint isn't giving up just yet.
No, he needs to work his way out of this. He's trying to get to his feet to take away the pressure.
Forearm to the face there, off the ropes.
Don't think he got... a lariat!
There's that Stan Hansen.
This is going to be it!
And again, Christopher Saint kicks out, Billy.
I honestly thought that was it, and Wild Boar went in for the tightest pin he possibly could. Hooked the leg, hooked the neck, all his body weight to try and put him down, and Christopher managed to kick it. That's very, very impressive.
Neckbreaker out of nowhere from Christopher Saint. He needs that. He needs to change the momentum. And he needs to get something on board here.
He got it in tight. He got it in very tight.
Some clubs to the back. Really focusing on that neck, Christopher. Good lad. Oh no. He's angering the Boar.
Oh! But look at this. Christopher's giving back as good as he gets.
Here. Wow. Drop to the neck. Excellent.
I think he's decided it's time to play a little dirty. Tiger suplex. Oh!
Exploder suplex by the Wild Boar. Jeez, I thought that was it. Can't believe Christopher Saint keeps kicking out.
Somewhere Taz is green with jealousy.
He never had as good a haircut as Wild Boar. That's
never once. Very close to the crowd here.
I thought that was it there, Billy.
The crowd here have been silenced almost every time Christopher seems to manage to get a little bit of momentum. Wild Boar just cuts him down, but it is that viciousness that seems to be paying off for that almost explosive temperament. Knee right to the
temple, jeez.
You know something, Christopher's taking a lot of punishment to the head there.
But this is what Wild Boar brings to this tournament. I mean, nobody else, maybe bar Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be in a situation where they can hit you this hard and this amount of times. You look at all the competitors we've had so far, maybe they're more technical based or more high flying based. Wild Boar, as you said before, with his low center of gravity, he's getting all that power and forcing it into your neck, into your back, into your head.
Wow. Omega looks like he's going into a...
Pushing him away there, excellent.
Oh, missed it. Oh, right to the neck again. What's he going for this time?
Suplex into the buckle. Wow.
Just hitting his legs off
this
there.
This one's over, Billy. That's enough, surely.
2. No!
Christopher St, what is wrong with you?
I think at this point Christopher is kicking out just on instinct. I don't think Wild Boar expected this. I genuinely don't think Wild Boar expected this. He normally likes to come into the ring and puts. Oh, what are we going for here?
Oh, the backcracker by Christopher St. Wow.
And you know something, that really seemed to pain for the first time.
Face there.
The first time actually etched across the face of Wild Boar.
Hit him, Christopher, come on.
This is going to be it. He should have hooked the leg. No.
As you say, Billy just didn't quite hook the leg there.
No, I think that could have been enough. That is the first time we've actually seen a sign of pain across the face of Wild Boar.
That's the first time I thought to myself, Christopher St could win this.
No, definitely.
What's he going for now, though?
Back to the top ropes. This paid out very well for him earlier.
Will he go for a top rope crossbody?
Trying to wake himself up.
We've seen him do this before.
Oh, but Wild Boar
catches him.
It's time for the Razorback drill. There it is!
No.
This is going to be it. Oh!
I have to say, Billy, that's probably the most devastating move
My
I've
God.
ever seen.
No one could get up from that.
He calls this the Razorback Driller, and that's exactly what he just did to Christopher St. He drilled his head into the mat. Wow.
You know something, earlier we saw the lariats, we saw the suplexes, we saw him pounding to the side of the head. It wasn't the prettiest game plan, but my God, was it effective. And especially when he knew we were sizing up for the driller at the end. I mean, Wild Boar doesn't just like to wrestle opponents and get the win, he likes to make sure he doesn't wrestle you again. You're never the same when you've wrestled the Wild Boar. And tonight,
I tell you what though, Christopher St impressed me tonight. Bro.
Oh, a great display.
Wow.
Every time this young man comes out and he is wrestling bigger. I don't want to say better because I think on any given night, I actually think he could have taken the win. It wasn't his night tonight, but he wrestles bigger, stronger opponents, and Christopher gets better each and every time he's out. Do you know something? If there was a B bracket to this tournament, think of the names we've seen go out. I'd love to see Andy Anderson wrestle with Christopher St. That's a main event right there.
Definitely.
And but we'll see this young man again.
I'd love to see Christopher St. this time next year for the second tournament. Yeah. And I think, you know what, he'll be a contender.
Oh, definitely. He was tonight. It wasn't his night, but I know this young man will go away and he will get, I mean, look how good he is now, and he can only get better. It's frightening, the talent here in ZERO1.
Fantastic showing by Christopher St. I'll tell you what, he is the definition of underdog.
Make sure to check out scottishwrestling.co.uk/shop for all the latest merchandise, including ZERO1 Scotland t-shirts, the SWA magazine, and all the latest DVDs, including Enter the Omega, featuring Chuck Taylor, Kenny Omega, Mikey Whiplash, and more. Of course, also check us out on Facebook. Follow us at facebook.com/Scottish Wrestling Alliance or on Twitter at SWA Online.